So notice that the archive.zip, which we found in this location on our system, so here archive.zip is also listed under the actual tree of subfolders. Well, this is of course because a zip file is like an additional, we call them compound files, which has its own data structure internally, which can capture a set of folders and files in its own internally compressed structure. So let's expand this. There are some subfolders, but here, of course, we can also analyze the MIME type of any file that was already contained in these subfolders. So, in other words, this embedded file extractor was capable of generating information for us about this zip file, that the files were already extracted into our database. So we have places here where, for instance, D3D11 default shader DB bin has already been placed at the top level, not under audio and not under model shelf. So here we have it directly alongside with these two folders inside the zip file. Now we click on this file, so now it appears to be just a regular file. You can basically extract it out of Autopsy and be able to analyze it somewhere else. So here, of course, if you'd like to know the MIME type and other metadata about the file, it's always a good idea to click on the file metadata, and you can see that this application is octet stream. So octet stream means it's a binary file, which means it's not something that is readable by human like plain text. It's not really any sort of movie or other type of multimedia. So this is a binary file which requires specific software to be able to open it and be able to process it. And again, the same area file metadata is useful to identify what is the size of the file. So notice that the size of the file specified in the file metadata right here is in bytes, right? So if we essentially copy and paste this value right here, so it's important to specify that this is how many bytes, right? It's not kilobytes, it's not gigabytes, it's the byte size. So roughly this is, because this is like roughly 600 kilobyte in size. Now, of course, information such as this may also be found on the detail view column listing, and right here is again we find the same value of the size. So, but typically when I'm focusing on an item, and now I'm interested in looking for certain metadata, I definitely go to this area. I find it just very direct, and it's interesting to see all of the combinations of the metadata in one place, like this one. So under results, extracted content, are there extension mismatch findings? So recall that we ran this file extension mismatch detector that basically compares file extensions with expected or unexpected MIME types, which are coming internally from the file. And let's just see this results extracted content. So let's go back to the tree, and I'll just collapse this device folder view. And under results, extracted content, extension mismatch detected. So basically this ingest module that detects the extension mismatch was able to locate some of the files right here. So were any extension mismatch detected? Yes. Were they all good indicators, or there's some false positives among those? We don't know yet. Okay, so this is, I mean, once we realized that there were some extension mismatch results found, then we can analyze them individually. Okay, and basically we have to then detect on a case-by-case basis what kind of mismatch is happening here. So how many extension mismatch results are shown? Okay, so obviously you can see it in here at the top of the detail listing. There are 113, and also quick indicator right directly in the tree. So we have plenty of these things, and so Autopsy thinks that there's some mismatches over here, and so that's looks like 113. Okay, so that's how many mismatches. What are common file types with unexpected extensions? Well, I guess we can switch over to view these two columns. This is the actual extension of the file, which is like the data file or a resource file or whatever the extension is. But the actual MIME type can be seen over here, and these are like most of it, or I guess that's just my guess, right? That most of these things are PNG images. You can see that even the preview by opening a PNG image allows to visualize those things, the actual pictures. So I'd say that, of course, some common file types with unexpected extensions are image PNG. So once again, you can probably just click on one of these files, okay, and go to the metadata and copy it from here. I find it most convenient to just get the information from the metadata view in the lower portion of the detail view. And here we just say, okay, the most seen are PNG, but right at the top we see that there's some Microsoft Office type of extensions. So we'll just use this to indicate this second one right here. Okay, so that's what I see common in my view. Run ingest again with only the interesting file module enabled. Okay, so interesting files, as you know from the training videos, could be files indicating file encryption. So basically, typically these are large size files with just absolutely a random distribution of information in them, completely unreadable. It just appears to be totally unusable unless you know what software to use to open them, and of course also you have to know the right password or key to open such file. So let's do the interesting files module execution and see what kind of results we're going to get.